Hey guys, it's Elena. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be showing you how to make a cute little hair bow, and this is great because it doesn't take very long and it's cheap because you can use scraps to make it. That's what I did, and it was so fast, but it's so cute. You're gonna love it, and I'll show you exactly how to do it. So I am using scrap fabric for this project, and I'm just starting by cutting a 3.5 by 18.5 rectangle. This is fabric that I actually used for a previous project. I made a gingham dress for my sister. You should go check out that video if you're interested and you like this fabric. It turned out really cute. So I'm gonna take my rectangle, fold it in half so that it's one long hot dog, and then I'm just cutting both ends at the same angle, so about a 45-degree angle, and now it kind of looks like a little arrow. Once I've done that, I'm going to keep it folded where I had it previously, and I'm just going to pin it all the way around. I am doing this right sides together. In my case, for my fabric, it doesn't really matter because it's the same on the inside and the outside, but you will do this right sides together. I'm gonna sew all along all of the raw edges, but leave about a 1 or 2 inch gap when I go to actually sew it. So here I'm just starting at one of the corners, back stitching, doing a nice pivot at the tip of the corner, so that when I go around, I can get that as pointy as possible. And I'm just sewing down until I reach where I have set that gap to be. So once I get there, I'm just gonna lift up my presser foot, trim my thread, and then go down 1 or 2 inches, and then you can just continue on how you did before. And again, pivot at that little corner. I'm just gonna snip off the bulky fabric in those corners at the peaks so that when I go to turn my fabric over, it is less bulky, so when I turn it over, I can get a better point. So I'm just gonna find that 1 or 2 inch opening that I left for myself and start to put my tube right side out. So this was a little bit tricky because it's not very big. You don't have like a ton of room to work with, but it just takes a little bit of finagling and tiny fingers, and you can eventually get it to come all the way and done. Once I did one half of it, it was a lot easier for me to do the other half of the tube and to get it right sides out. So again, you're just going to continue putting your fingers in and trying to pull out that fabric to put it right sides out. So once I've done that, I use just a little point turner to get those points as crisp as possible. There you can see it looks pretty cute. My ends are at a 45-degree angle, and now you can see all I have left is this little tiny gap or opening where we use to flip our fabric right side out. So I am machine stitching this because I just don't really like to hand stitch, but you could totally hand stitch this if you want. But I just kept it folded in to keep it consistent with the rest of the length of my fabric. And I'm just doing the tiniest top stitch ever. Like, it's barely catching, and I think that way it's not very noticeable. So here I basically just have a nice strip of fabric, no raw edges are showing, and I'm just gonna start putting this into an actual bow. So I usually do this by just pinching in both edges or sides of the bow. So I'm pinching on the right side and the left side, kind of centered and symmetrical, and holding some fingers down and just basically putting them over each other and through like you would any other type of tie or bow. Again, this is a little bit hard because you don't have a ton of fabric to work with. It might take a couple times, but eventually you will get it. But this is my favorite way to tie bows, is to do both bunny ears and then put them one over the other. You will want to just push and pull and tug in different places until you get it to look really cute. But this is what the bow will look like. You can glue it or attach a little clip to it so you can clip it, or before you tie it, you can put in materials for it to be a little headband. I hope you guys love this tutorial, and I'm curious to see what other types of bows you're making, and I will see you in the next one.